A fan-made trailer with 18 million views and another one with 2.4 million views tells us that the fans are eagerly waiting for the next live-action remake of Ben 10. And wait till you hear who will supposedly be playing Ben Tennyson. Don't swipe or click away, because here is Ben 10 First Look. Before we even mention the new Ben 10 movie, we must acknowledge the fact that they previously made 2 live-action adaptations of this uber-successful cartoon series, and both of those versions failed miserably. But we're still hopeful for the future. We're sorry, but everything from the storyline to the superficial character, and even the barely believable CGI, it was all just one big mess. The first movie got an average review of 4.7 out of 10, while the second one was considered better than the first. But one fan left the perfect review when he wrote, "Least they tried." The same thing happened when they tried to turn Avatar: The Last Airbender into a movie. They thought that because the fan base was already there, they could exploit it and make some extra money selling a movie. Well, the storyline of the movie wasn't nearly as compelling as of the books and the cartoon, so that's $150 million Paramount isn't getting back. They like to say that the movie made double the budget at the box office, but movies need to make at least 5 times the budget to be considered successful. Why are we telling you all of this? Well, because making a live-action adaptation from a popular cartoon series is hard, really hard. Many times the director will want to depart from the original material. Other times, they will hire bad actors because they only have so much funding to work with. And there are even times when the plot line seems lost. Ben 10 Race Against Time had a budget of only $5 million. Just $5 million to cast, film, edit, and even promote one movie. Had this been made in the 50s, they wouldn't have enough money to buy camera film, let alone pay the cast and crew. And don't even get us started on the CGI. It looked like a bunch of students were given a homework assignment and they came up with this. Looking at the budget, it probably was made by a bunch of college students. And why, oh why, did they introduce a brand new villain? One that we have never seen before on the cartoon series. Okay, let's stop with the ribbing. In conclusion, the movie was bad. The second movie that came out just 2 years later, in 2009, titled Ben 10 Alien Swarm, was not as good as we had hoped it would be. It had a $40 million budget. It got a 4.7 rating on IMDb, and we don't know how much it actually made. The movie was subpar, and it didn't succeed to redeem the franchise. The first thing we noticed was that the CGI was much better. Maybe it wasn't as good as Marvel's, but it was significantly better than the first movie. The second thing we noticed was that the characters were unrelatable. First of all, they looked much older than they do in the cartoon, and they were just shallow representations of real people. So, the movie that was supposed to be the Redeemer did the opposite. It cemented Ben 10 as one of the cartoons that should never be made into a movie. Or did it? Back in 2020, this photo started circulating online. It's Tom Holland wearing the iconic Ben 10 jacket, Omnitrix in hand and standing in front of Kevin's car. The fans went wild. We lost our minds, and then we started scouring the web for the source of the photo. It turns out that the photo was created by an Instagram user. We can't pronounce it. It's this one. He tuned Tom Holland's face, put it on Ben Tennyson's body, and uploaded the picture on his Instagram account. He is a popular designer who likes to make adaptations on portraits from popular superhero seen in movies. The photo became so popular that it even caught the attention of Tom Holland himself. He immediately commented on the photo with a brief "No." We went berserk. Fans immediately began liking the comment and replying back. Some found it funny, while others took it as a sign that this movie absolutely must happen. This photo was uploaded on August 13, 2020. And 2 days before that, the same user posted a photoshopped image of Chris Evans in the role of adult Ben 10. On August 15th, the man posted a third photo, and now it was young Jacob Tremblay taking on the role of Tennyson. Just 5 days after this guy made a poster with all 3 photoshopped actors standing side by side, and below it, in bright green letters, the title said Ben 10. Omniverse. The man even included a 2021 release date for Netflix. The year came and went, but we still had no sign of the upcoming Ben 10 movie on Netflix. While the buzz was slowly dying, We heard some rumors that Tara Strong, the voice actress that gave us Ben 10's first voice, is going to have a major role in an upcoming Ben 10 live-action adaptation. But it seems like this was just a fan theory, or what a fan would like to see happen, so there's no point in discussing it any further. Oh, we would just like to add that we would also like to see Tara Strong in a live-action Ben 10 movie. Speaking of hope, based on those amateur trailers that fans like so much, it seems like there is still a possibility that they could make a third Ben 10 movie. And not like the animated one which came out in 2020. Now, based on what we've seen so far, we can clearly see that these movies are strapped for cash. They are low-budget films that cannot spend too much money on CGI. And this is no big deal. There's an easy fix for this so-called problem. As we've said, the budget of any upcoming movie will likely be very small. It's a risky adaptation, so it's very unlikely that someone will like to plunge tens of millions of dollars on this. If we get a $40 million budget, there's still a good chance they can make a decent movie. Instead of introducing a villain that requires a lot of VFX to bring to life, they should opt in for a villain who can be portrayed by an actor wearing a costume. Looking back to Ben 10 original series, the first villain that comes to mind is Enoch. He is just a medieval knight with a face mask of gold. Sure, they have those futuristic-looking swords, but other than that, it's just a bunch of knights with laser swords. Next up, we have to talk about Ben and his Omnitrix. A low-budget movie just cannot introduce a lot of alien characters on the screen. From the cartoon series, we know that Enoch was after gray matter. What if instead of showing different characters, the Omnitrix gets jammed and Ben 10 is cursed to stay in the form of gray matter the entire movie? If this were to happen, then they wouldn't have to spend millions developing subpar CGI aliens. They can just show us Ben as a small gray alien who gets kidnapped by Enoch while he's trying to escape. Grandpa Max and Gwen would come to save him. They could still be on a hunt to recover some ancient artifacts which only gray matter can help them find. While doing so, Gwen and Grandpa come to the rescue. In the middle of the fight, Ben manages to break free and, because he is so small, he sneaks to the locked entrance door of the artifact, cracks the code, and takes it for himself. Upon putting it on, the Omnitrix gets fixed and upgraded. With his new aliens, he saves Grandpa Max and Gwen from Enoch, and they all escape while the temple collapses. Now, for all of this to work impeccably, they would need to spend the majority of their budget on hiring great actors and writers that could take the story to a whole new level. On a related note, would you like to see Tom Holland and Tara Strong in the upcoming Ben 10 movie? You can tell us in the comments section below. If you like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.